I think he can't fathom to just live a modest lifestyle. It's like he gotta be lavish.
Right. He's got to have those videos where he shows you all the watches, where he opens the case up. Yeah.
You know, he got the latest watch and the latest car, and look what I just bought.
And when you get into latest watches and latest cars, you get into that like, boy, that money goes quick.
Yeah.
Bugattis are like $3 million. There's watches that are $3-5 million.
Is they wind up going broke at a certain point, right? First of all, taxes, child support, all that kind of stuff, that promoters, this and that, and then just the way you spend your money. Could be bad investments. You could try to do the right thing and wind up with bad investments. You could just spend too much. And the thing is, if you're not the best in the world anymore, but you're one of, let's say, the 50 best in the world at what you do in your weight class, still hard to tell that dude, you can make $100 million. No, don't do that because you're old.
Right.
Why would he not do that?
You know, if you have the right money behind it and the right promotion behind it and the right kind of commercials behind it, you can turn anything or anyone into a star. So it's basically you're just choosing to do what you want to do. So if you want to do Mayweather and Pacquiao, I think it can be done in a way where people are going to be curious enough to watch it. And you guys were just talking about, it's on Netflix. It's not It's not necessarily behind the paywall, aside from unless you don't have a Netflix subscription. But people are going to watch.
Terence Crawford calls out Floyd Mayweather for reportedly demanding $100 million for a Manny Pacquiao fight. He suggests that a man who once made extraordinary money now appears to be facing a different financial reality, one that's fueling these numbers and reigniting the conversation.
He broke the bank, you know, and I don't see him trying to, you know, give the game to the young fighters because he's a promoter now.
Yeah.
So I can't give everybody the game. Yeah. It's a business at the end of the day. So if they made all this money, you know, on our backs as fighters, and now I'm a promoter, I'm gonna do the same thing that they once was doing, and just say it's just the game of the business.
It's the game.
Max Kellerman says fighters chase money because boxing offers very little long-term security. When careers end, the sport doesn't provide much of a safety net, so athletes are left to manage their futures largely on their own.
Floyd, with the 3 fights that's coming up, Floyd Mayweather, Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, I think the guy's from Greece or something like that. What do you feel about great champions doing these kind of fights as well, or just these kind of fights that's going on?
They need money.
Damn.
Yeah, when you need money. This is the problem with boxing. You think about financial literacy, right? And you talk about like NFL players or NBA players, there's support systems for those dudes. There's nothing like that for fighters. They got to figure it out all themselves. And if you're a fighter, that means you did not have options.
Right.
Yeah. It's not like basketball or football. If you could, like, by the way, football players couldn't play basketball, or they play basketball. It's a better deal, right? That's if you can, you do. And boxers couldn't do either one of those things, right? They're too small, or they got hurt, whatever it is. And so you're dealing with a section of our world that is unlikely.
Tasha K says that when people hit financial trouble, lawsuits often follow, claims for money they believe is missing. She points to reports that Floyd Mayweather is suing Showtime, framing it as part of that pattern.
Bills is due, but you done spent everything on stuff you ain't supposed to have, and now you really need something, so you get ready to go to Walmart, right? And you know you got $132 in your bank account, all right? We all done been there, and you know you need food, the light bill due tomorrow, they're gonna cut it off, and you got $132 to your name. And so then you start to search like, well, what happened to the money? You start to go look at your bank account. You start to go, well, you start to get a little bit, well, I could take this rice, the beans, this, and then when you get up to the counter, you hoping that something else ain't hit your account. That's done made it less, because it can say 132, but then you got them pending transactions that come in that hit you, that's definitely gonna put you in overdrive. You don't really start blaming or start realizing you broke until money get low. And that's when you go send people to look for where it went.
Jim Lampley says the comeback talk around Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather leaves him sad. In his view, when legendary champions return this late, it's often driven less by competition and more by financial reality.
Understood Manny
or I will understand Manny. You know, does it make me happy? It's not really my business. It's their business.
You called what was still the most successful fight in boxing history, which was Mayweather-Pacquiao. I've never been a part of a buildup like that, where every mainstream outlet that maybe had abandoned boxing over the years came roaring back. I mean, it was massive. And then the fight happens and we don't get what we hoped for. What did you come away from that fight feeling? What did you think of how that whole thing played out?
Well, I want to start this by saying that I like Floyd. I get along with Floyd. I'm happy for Floyd that he was the first great social media master who demonstrated what the power of social media could be, how an event could be sold on social media.
Jeff Mayweather says a second Mayweather-Pacquiao fight could have happened years ago. Coming now, he suggests it looks less like unfinished business and more like a fight being arranged primarily for money.
I mean, that's a fight that basically, it's a cash grab for both of them.
You said it's a cash grab. I know he's had.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. If you created a name and you made a name, why not get paid for it?
No, 100%. I agree with you. Do you feel that that's what the comeback announcement is as well? Is just kind of like because I know he's suing Showtime for money he thought he thinks he's owed. Is it just kind of like we need an influx of money, you think?
I mean, I don't really know, and I'm not really going to say anything that I don't know. So, I mean, that part I'm not going to even talk about. It's just the fact that, to me, I looked at it and I seen the same thing that everybody else seen. So, I mean, and I've never talked to him about it, so I can't really give nobody no answer.
Floyd Mayweather, once defined by the Money Mayweather image of being untouchable, now appears, at least publicly, to be navigating a far more complicated financial reality. Despite a career that has been reported to generate more than $1 billion, there are growing questions about debt, tax issues, and obligations that may not be fully settled. In recent clips, he's seen promoting alcohol with a smile that looks more strained than celebratory, less like swagger, more like pressure held behind controlled body language. Even his posts and appearances carry a different undertone, hinting at responsibilities that don't fit the old mythology of endless wealth.
Right now, he needs it more than wants it, because you see right here, Floyd Mayweather very vocally has never had a drop of alcohol in his fucking life, is out here promoting alcohol. That's how you know this dude's fucking broke as hell and swimming in debt, because he's posting shit like this.
We are back. Money Mayweather and Beluga, we are back. It's a special day, Valentine's Day. Toast to the ones that we love.
Does he not look like he's a hostage right here? Look.
Happy Valentine's Day and cheers.
I look at the look on his face and I can't tell if he's being held at gunpoint while doing this because he owes somebody money, or if he's just looking like that because he's really confused and struggling trying to read the script for this ad. Sorry, that's